I am so excited to have you here on the show, Morgan. Welcome.
Yay, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. I've been on such a high since we last had our deep dive session, which was probably 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I've just been so excited to share the work that you do with my audience and, go a little bit deeper about what human design is. So let's get started. Let's just start. If you could please explain what human design is.
Yeah, absolutely. So, human design is an energetic system in how you can show up in the world in your divine alignment. So, everything in the world is energetics. And when we show up in the world within our highest, most vibrational self, we attract everything that we want a lot easily. So, human design is really a guide and it's a blueprint that you can use to do that. And so, when we had our deep dive, you've taken things away from that, and I'm sure things are working for you. You're nodding your head, yes.
Yep,
And then
100%.
myself as well, and the clients that I have. So when you kind of go into this alignment, then things start magnetizing. So it's really, really beautiful to see. So human design is really a mix of a few different things. So it's got astrology, the chakra system, the philosophy of the Chinese I Ching, and the Kabbalah, and it's also based in science, which I think is really cool. So it really grounds everything together because I know that in this kind of world, there's a lot of spiritual woo woo, which I love. Like, don't get me
Yep.
wrong, but it's really cool to be able to explain to other people that are not our way inclined, be like, this is based in science. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what is this? So I
Yeah.
think that's really cool. Um, yeah, that's basically human design.
I thought, yeah, like you said, like when we had our deep dive, like I had known a little bit about human design before I had my deep dive. Like I knew what design I was,
Yep.
but just going as deep as we did, I feel like you know me better than I know myself.
I know, my clients say that to me, and I get on the call and I'm like, "Oh, I know you really well," and they're like, "What?" And it's so funny when, you start to talk about things, and like we did with our session, you bring up things that are about yourself. I bring up things
Yeah.
that are about yourself that you're kind of like, "Oh, I don't really want her to know that information." But it's so great to know because you're kind of like, "Oh, yeah, that is me," and you can move forward in a better way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. So, all right, let's go into what the different designs are.
Yeah, cool. So there's 5 different designs and everyone fits into one of the 5. So what I should have mentioned before, sorry, is how you know your human design. So basically you just need your date, time, and place of birth, and you punch that in, and that comes up with one of the 5 different types. So that's your blueprint. So the 5 types, there's 3 energy types and 2 non-energy types. So there is the 2 energy types, which you're one of those, so full
Yep.
of energy. So you've got your manifesting generators and your generators, and then you've got your 3 non-energy types. So that's a reflector, a projector, and a manifester. So basically, the difference is the energy types, they have a sustained energy. So they can draw upon energy all the time to keep going. So they're really the people that are up there, and you're kind of like, some people are like, how are you doing that in a day? And can you just slow down? I just want to sit on the couch with you. And they're like, no, got to keep going and got to keep moving. And it's funny because
Yep.
my
That's
partner
me.
isn't, yes, that's you. And your partner's a non energy type, and I'm a
Yep.
non energy type, and my partner's an energy type. So it's funny how we've had that conversation of like, okay, your husband needs to just chill out. And you're like, no, let's keep going. And
Yep.
opposite for me. So and then so you've got your yes, so then you've got your non-energy types. So basically they ebb and flow in energy. And the biggest thing that my clients take away from their human design deep dive when they are a non-energy type is it's okay. You don't have to keep up with everybody. And that was my biggest release. I found out I was a projector in human design, and so I ebb and flow in energy. And when I found that out, I had been searching for such a long time with naturopaths and doctors and everything to try and figure out why I didn't have the same amount of energy. And when I found that out, I cried. I like bawled my eyes out and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I feel so seen and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with me. And that's the biggest takeaway from people that are non energy types.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, like, as a manifesting generator, like, sometimes I think about where do I get all this energy
Yeah.
from? Like,
Yeah.
I do so much throughout the day,
Yeah.
recording podcasts, everything else, and like you said, at the end of the day, I just crash. Like,
Yeah.
I need that crash and
Yes.
to restore, and then I'm up
Yes.
again at 5 a.m. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And for you as a manifesting generator, one thing that I like to teach manifesting generators, it's okay. You don't have to have a specific bedtime every night. Because if you
mm,
don't use all your sustained energy, if you don't mentally kind of drain yourself, or not necessarily physically, but if you're not doing those things, then you're not going to be tired and you're going to lie there awake and you're going to have like anxiety feelings and all that come up for you. So it's okay to have different bedtimes. So there's lots of little things within each design that I can help people with, and they go, "Oh my god, that is such a huge relief." That is such a weight lifted off my shoulders, which I think is really
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
100%. You definitely, like, even gave me more ease, like, manifesting
Mm.
generators are responding type. I forgot
Yes.
what part that was.
Yes. Yep.
But, like, I respond, so I respond to everything that kind of comes up for me instead of pushing and creating, and I just wait for things to come to me, which I just think it just has just changed everything for me.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And
yeah,
so, that it's similar to a projector. So I'm a projector and you're a manifesting generator, and generators respond. So really what that is like society teaches us to go one way. And if you're in business, it's like go out there, make it happen, tell people all about what you're selling, everything will happen and it'll come to you. So if you and I do that, we're going to come up against a lot of resistance. And you're nodding your head, and I know we spoke about how you have come up with resistance, and I have as well. So
yeah,
if you wait to respond to everything around you, which means coming into alignment in your life and having the right things to respond to, you are going to make the right decisions. So for you, you have to respond, which is really tasting what is going on around you and going, okay, is this right for me? And someone asking you that question and you going yes or no. It's tapping into that gut feeling for you.
yes,
And once you
yep,
know that, then you will make the right aligned decisions and you'll have all the energy in the world to keep going. And so a
yep,
projector is to show up, be seen, and wait for the invitation. So, in my business, when I switched this, everything changed. So if I show up online and I give a lot of value, people will always come knocking with invitations for me. So again, it's those little switches that you can make in your life, but especially in business. And I'm really passionate about helping other women in business because I know what it's like to hit the resistance at every turn. And it is just exhausting and it gets you down and
yep,
you can really lose your self
mhm,
worth over it.
100%, and like you said, just knowing all of that, it just creates so much more flow and
Yeah.
ease, and it's just crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely, absolutely, and
Yeah,
it's all about the flow and ease. It's all about enjoying what you're doing. If
yep,
you're a woman in business or a guy and you're just out there and you're hustling and things aren't working for you, it it's so disheartening. And you want to create a business for you how you want to create it. So it's all about making those little tweaks. Absolutely.
oh, awesome. Well, we did just
Yeah.
speak about it now, but what are some more of the struggles that people might face if they don't know their design?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess what we just spoke about really going out and making decisions or trying to make things work, and they're just coming up against that resistance, and it's just making things hard for them. So
Yeah.
another cool example is parenting and your kids. So it's really cool to find out what your kids are and helping them.
Yeah.
So I was helping my sister-in-law with this with her two little ones, my nephews, and she found out that one is a generator and one's a projector. So I was like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
this one is going to work this way, this one's going to work this way. And she started doing little things and she was like, wow, that made a world of difference.
Yeah.
So it's just those little tweaks that I think is really cool.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
know what the boys are too, and
Yeah.
just knowing, and, like, we had a chat about it,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
changes everything, I
Yeah.
think. Like,
Absolutely.
just knowing that they are different and it's okay that they are different, I think. Like,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
It's kind of like, well, why is my son or daughter tired all the time? And, why do they not want to eat as much as a manifesting generator? So that's another big thing. Projectors will never eat as much as manifesting generators. You guys eat a lot of freaking food. It's
Yeah,
a
I do
thing.
actually, yeah.
Yeah. And you can do that. And you can eat all the nourishing good foods and you just keep eating. But a projector almost eats like a sparrow. So helping your
Ah,
kids with that kind of thing too can really be beneficial. Or if that's who you are, it's quite funny because when I was researching this, as a projector, sparrow came up like they eat like a sparrow. And I used to get teased when I was younger that I ate like a sparrow, and I thought it was a
oh.
negative thing. And I fully ate way too much for a few years there and put on all this weight because I was like, this is really
Oh.
bad. So when I found that out, I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense.
I
Like,
can
what
go
the
back to
hell?
eating how I want now.
100%. Yeah, so it's just those little things.
Wow.
It really can be life-changing. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we did
Yeah.
go into some of the benefits, but are there any other benefits of just knowing your design that might help you?
Yeah, so I mean, really, if you're in business and you're knowing your design and you're using your strategy, that can really help you. If you're making big decisions in your life, like you said, and you don't know, you as a manifesting generator, as example, you can be like, okay, I need to get my partner to ask me the questions so I can
Mm.
tap into that. Um, and then your environment too. So human design can tell you what kind of environment you most thrive in. So I
Yes.
can't remember what yours was. Was yours
I
more of
was a
melting pot?
cave.
Oh, a
No,
cave.
I was a cave.
Yes, yes, yes. So your best environment will be places where you feel quite like in your own space,
Yep.
and selecting the right people around you. Whereas, for example, mine is shores and melting pots. So it's kind of like where a lot of things come together, which makes sense because I don't have my own energy. So when I'm around a lot of energy, I feel really
Ah,
excited and lit up.
yeah.
Yeah, so it can show you your environment as well. I'm trying to think what else off the top of my head. Um, yeah, I think that's probably about all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to add or share about human design that we may have missed out on?
Yeah, I think it's really just a beautiful self love piece. It's
Mm,
really just the ability to come back and understand who you are. I think that we can get really caught up in everything that we're not. And I think that we can move forward in our life trying to follow other people and be this and be that. But every time I work with a client, they really, I get tears and I get like
mm.
aha moments. And it's like, wow, how did you know who I am? And thank you so much for giving me the permission to be me.
Yeah.
So it's just another tool that you can use to move forward in your life. And, when I teach people within business or within personal life, there's just always so many magical little shifts that happen along the way. Yeah.
Oh, guys, you need to do a deep dive.
Yes.
It was just amazing, and I think just learning more about human design, I think I was exposed to this probably I was probably more than 6 months ago, but like I said, just creating that ease and flow into your life, and then I met Morgan, and she just changed my life again. So oh, I could talk so long about human design. I love learning all about it. So thank you so much for
You're so
coming on the
welcome.
show and just sharing the work that you do. It was just such a pleasure to work with you. Like I mentioned, I've just got so much more clarity now in all
Yeah.
aspects of my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know myself a little bit better now. So please share with everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So just on Instagram, so it's just my name at Morgan Prentice. I've got all my info there. And yeah, you can just reach out and chat to me.
Awesome. Well, make sure you follow Morgan, guys. She uploads so much value around human design too. I love, oh, you did one, oh, it was a couple of weeks. Oh, it was probably more than a couple of weeks ago. Hang on, I'm losing time here. But it was more like mantras for each. Was it
Mm,
mantras or
yeah, yeah,
yeah, for each? And I read it and I was like, totally need that. Love it. So
yeah,
you just give so much value and guys, you need to go over and follow her and she also has a special discount. Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
I was
It's
like,
been
where
one
are
of those
they?
days where
Yeah,
my
yeah,
energy is like
yeah.
already starting to fade.
I love that.
But no, she has a special discount for
Yes.
those that are interested in having a deep dive and learning more about their design. And
Yeah.
I can guarantee you guys, it's definitely something that will change everything for you. So thank you so much for jumping on for a chat, Morgan. I
You're
love
so
chatting to
welcome.
you.
Yay, you're welcome, and thank you for everything that you're doing too, just bringing so much value to everybody. It's so important, so needed.
Oh, thank you.